we're not arrivals, we are arrivals. So you've got 12 notes, you've got 26 letters, what are you going to do? You decide to do nothing, you become John Cage. 30 minutes and 33 seconds. Decide to become poetry, become William Wordsworth, late and soon getting this penny. We lay waste our days, if all we see in nature that is ours. So if you decide to be here this afternoon, slow down. Let your heart catch up. It will follow your dance as you will your breath conscious exhale, inhale as you do, whether aware or not. This semi-automatic response will align your senses. You will feel somewhat calm, deep, able to deal with all you choose to feel in this original and unique moment. This is another blank page in the book of your time. You awaken only after sleeping, dreaming. Both worlds do not know each other, only through you. As each discover depth and continuity. Night allows curtains to drop and your play of consciousness to continue. Day blares trumpet sunshine to move you along to the next song you are composing in your mind. Unfinished, raw as life, like a story started that seeks resolution rather than ending, one that turns the page in your book of kells and illuminates your manuscripts in a healthy, holy manner. Your house of skin, your holy temple, your eyes lamps and candles, your hands in contemplation, your stilled mind, your lotus leaf lake of the day, your silence of night. Here you rest till the wind lifts you like a leaf into the page of the book of today. Because the sea is in love with the land, and the land is in love with the sky, and the trees have their roots in the earth, but their leaves repulse and mulch and die. Earth cracks in drought, and by fracking, water wants to be free of plastics. Radioactivity ends up in plastic sold as commodity. But the sea is still in love with the sky, and the earth is still in love with the forests, and we live within this great love affair that makes for Saharas and Amazons. Your love is like this: floods and drought, hunger and release. And when you're so elemental, everything's in love with you. Your hearts are sacred altars where we dedicate each other to the upliftment of each other. Free libraries, free information, it flows as rivers used to flow. Before those dams of censorship controls, trolls and hackers are not whistleblowers. We know your true purpose is not to confuse. We know who our heroes are and who we can truly turn to. We are each other's cover, and the free fire fall of truth is uncounted civilian casualties. You'll pay for guns, you will not pay for these poems. Leave us alone to contemplate our mysteries. We will love each other and seek sanctuary. We are here to share our lives. Harmony, please. Harmony between the rock and the river, between the stones and the seas, between the clouds and the blue sky drought, between this only earth and our billions of footprints, between image and reality, representatives and royalty, between DNA and RNA, between dolphin, whale, denizens of the deep beached, between ankle monitors and anarchist Copenhagen, between utopia and aspiration, between surrender and strength, between free will and freedom of assembly, between carbon footprint and immortality, between bird's nest and tree, river rush and water still, between desire and energy. We are reclaiming the sacred, because your voice is made for both speech and song. It resonates with all that is. We are connected by more than elemental energies. We are more than our histories. Each moment a portal to ascension processing, intrinsic and secular, yet still psalm and prayer. Each mode of connection is made of spirit to link to all that is, to celebrate in every way. It's the joy of life. That's how we live today. We engage and we connect. We're never alone. No matter what mountain or cave surrounds us with solitary witnesses. Trees do not have eyes, nor GPS a soul. Yet we are more than universal surveillance. Our foolish, fond age wraps parcels of forgetfulness, then forgets to mail them. Mist and fog are metaphors. They move into any empty house. We are fortunate to live here, even when other tenants always wish to move in. One moment's meditation is worth 3 cups of coffee. 1 ounce of tea, an ounce of tranquility. Even without, we're still in. Kindness and compassion. Eye moisturizers, a hug heals. There may be teardrops in a Texas desert. You can still drink them. Little may be large in the ant world. Pyramids tiny to an astronaut. There is only here and no being at home. You're here. It's the only possible place to be until you move to the next plane. Look up from your screensavers. Outside these walking walls, there's other worlds. Bars fall down when you start to sing, and rings and resonates with answering frequencies. You think yourself invisible until these doors open. Sunlight invades with only a wisp of rain. Young are bent over phones, texting, tweeting, conversation is a measured cup of coffee and a house of tea. Democracy rising in a blue wave of needs, welcoming refugees, closing prison profit industries. How shall we transform all restless? Then, respect and reverence for all of life as feet and hands and eyes and wings of ideas. No kill policy for pets and humans. Work preserving, extending forests and are free. When present structures compete, we will cooperate. Co-ops, corner stores, franchises of kindness, opportunity shops for second-hand people. Oceans are solutions too. Let them be freed of plastic and radioactivities, just like we who only wish in this one green world. But before we move on to the next moment, may we please dwell in this one. Stretch it out like a lizard in the Texas sun, so it lives longer by seeming slower, like lives in a village or a country town. Like that Scottish woman of 109 who subsists on a diet of porridge and no men. Like Titanic, a mass grave now picked clean by tourists and the rich who collect experiences and stack them like pin butterflies to show who owns and who controls. We know life is the winner. When obstacles shift for each volunteer who gives more than we need to shake the heavens more just. If now is all there is, may it be long and wide and deep as oceans that can no longer hide their wrecked past, but deliver them up like parcels from Amazon Prime, or some ancient civilization that died without a name, when language was only spoken and sung, and no recording devices heard Rumi, Jesus, or Socrates. Poetry still holds us in her memories as a relative. Everything is relative. Everyone is a relative.